Hey, it's Kelby. In this video, I'll show you how spousal benefits for Social Security work. Let's dig in. Generally, your Social Security is based on your earnings history. We look at the 35 years in which you made the most money, adjust it for inflation, and use that to calculate a benefit. Same for your spouse. But if one spouse earns significantly more than the other, the lower earning spouse has the option, but not the requirement, to take what's called a spousal benefit. Your spousal benefit is generally 1/2 of your spouse's benefit amount. But there are a few caveats that can make a big difference, so let's take a look at the finer details. In the simplest situation, both spouses are the same age and start taking benefits at the same time. In that case, your spousal benefit is just half of the other spouse's benefit. But what if you aren't the same age? Well, then it gets a little more complicated. First, we need to look at what your spouse's full benefit amount is, typically the amount they would receive if they waited to draw Social Security until they are age 67. Your full spousal benefit is 1/2 of that amount. And if you decide to take Social Security early, then your full spousal benefit will be discounted to reflect that early retirement. Second, note that you are not allowed to take a spousal benefit until your spouse starts taking their benefits. In other words, if you start taking Social Security before your spouse, then your spousal benefit is 0, and you should take a benefit on your own earnings instead. If your benefit on your own earnings is much smaller than your spousal benefit, then you might want to wait to take benefits until your higher earning spouse does. Alternatively, your spouse may want to take their benefits a little earlier because the spousal benefits you get may be worth more than whatever additional benefit your spouse would get by delaying their benefits. Third, if you are taking a spousal benefit, you are not eligible for any delayed retirement credit. So, once you hit age 67, there's no reason to wait to take your spousal benefit as long as your spouse is already taking their benefit. All of these rules and conditions can get a bit complicated, but the good news is that Rock My Retirement does all the math for you. If you or your spouse are eligible for a spousal benefit, Rock My Retirement will automatically calculate it, compare it to your benefit on your own earnings, and assume that you will take whichever is greater, as long as you're eligible. And once the day comes to actually take your benefit, of course, you should also take whichever is greater. Well, that wraps up this video on spousal benefits. Choose wisely, and I hope that it helps you rock your retirement.